Numbers what actually wasn't expecting, to be honest. I won't talk much about the product. I won't talk about native or what our brands. I have actually professional after me who come and they will speak much more of the actually what product or what kind type of the native or natural ingredients can help and do something for make us feel more comfortable and make our skin to be more beautiful and nicer. What is the goal of the beauty product? Only I like to say actually why when we discuss to Maestro Peter when he was trying to organize all this stuff around us, who and how to invite it. Why bloggers? Why social media? Because one thing what is about G&M, maybe I would bet about this that maybe 50% of people who are here never heard about G&M maybe before 2 months ago, and then other maybe 80-90% never heard about G&M say for the last before last 3-4 years ago. The reason what is happening with that is, you see, we start 1991 and 1996 with idea to do and develop something what actually hasn't been done in this country. If you see all the product and all the part of G&M is completely different than most of the other companies what they are doing their product. They can see something on the market and something what they can give them idea to follow or to keep going or some other stuff. What we try to do was actually completely different. We say we're going against every other law of the beauty product. What means that? We package our product in the big bulk packaging with the containers who are not so exclusive, with the product what the people can say they actually, when they buy the product and use the product, they can actually realize they actually just pay for the product. Because we are not in the business to sell packaging. Yes, we're in the business, maybe George will be upset with that with me because he's got a company who does the packaging. But we are more in the, or sell the labor. No, we are more in the business to sell the product. And the product is who actually people has to use. We have licensed more than 20 years in China, and we never sold much since for all the years. Again, the number one reason was because everyone was saying the product is too big, too large packaging for the China market. And everybody was keep pushing on me and telling me that I can have successful China market if I use acrylic bottles with a 20 gram or 10 gram of product and sell them at very high price and Chinese will buy and I'll be rich overnight. But I don't know why, but I was never look at myself that something like that, in my opinion, was cheating. Sorry about the words, but you pay product what is 10 gram inside, what you can use maybe 10 or 15 days maximum, and you pay $100, and you have packaging actually, again, if you're talking with the environment and everything, that means you buy product of 10 gram and you have packaging and plastic of 150 gram. That's not right. What we try and what try to say and what try to do is actually do both ways. Yes, we must pack. We can't put in the paper bag our product. We have to use something, some containers who can be, but to find a way to be really recyclable, because yes, what we're saying is we are all from this world and we try to protect this environment. And why we can say China or Asian like our product? Because it's saying they're coming from this beautiful environment, they're coming from this beautiful country, what is clean, what is environmentally friendly with all the stuff. That's why we have to support them. And that was all idea about G&M, to work completely opposite of most of other companies in this type of the production or manufacturing. And what is the most important and number one, I've been offered so many times to move this company and make all this product in China. They said it will be much cheaper, there will be much bigger market and everything. I said, how silly will look like making Australian creams and Australian product, but you're making in China. I said, that won't happen. That's it, we will stay here and we are here to stay. The bloggers, what I mentioned in the beginning, but I move away because you can see no any speech, because I said to Peter, I won't read any speech. I don't like to read speech. I like to work with the bloggers because I won't pay them. Not because I like to save the money. No, because if I pay them and they will write down what I'm paying them, what I'm asking them to write down, this is wrong. If they tell me what is wrong with my product, I will love it. Because if they write about the product, and what is the real advantage or disadvantage of the product, I'll just learn and just improve our problems what we have with the product, with the packaging and anything else. For that, really, I would love to do this, and I would love to hear feedback, proper feedback, right feedback. Sorry, I don't try to bribe you with being here. I really try to introduce ourselves, to introduce our company, and to really, get more knowledge about the G&M and finding that more people don't know. For good or bad, it's up to you guys. Thank you, and I will probably, or you will present the next.
Now, I'd like to take this opportunity, apart from just talking about native Australians, also about, I guess, we're in the market of making skincare products for human skin. And, you know, not many people, I guess, on a technical basis understand why, what's the function of the human skin, and why we need to look after our skin and about skin health. So if you can, I'm not sure if you can see the TV from here, but I've got some slides to talk about. Okay, so as humans, we all come in different shapes and sizes, so is our skin tone. But the one thing, no matter what our skin tone is, the one thing we have in common is the anatomy of the human skin, you know, the different layers, as you can see, the dermis, the epidermis, the dermis, and the hypodermis layers. So what is skin, and what's its function? Well, as you can see just up here quickly, it's your body's largest organ. This organ is the barrier between you and the rest of the world, so it's a protective barrier. It holds in fluid. It has nerve ending, because without the nerve ending you won't be able to feel the heat, the cold, any other sensation. And the other important function of your skin is it also produces vitamin D when you're exposed, when you're in the sunlight. And vitamin D, as you know, is very important for bone health because it helps the absorption of calcium into your bone. Right, so just quickly, the definition of healthy skin is the ability to fight off injuries and disease quickly and effectively. So I guess you can ask yourself, okay, how can we maintain or achieve healthy skin? If you were to, I guess, search on the internet, there are plenty of skincare routine, all differing in how you can, you know, achieve healthy skin. But what every single one of those skincare routines have in common is none other than hydration, a very key and important component of healthy skin. Just below there I have just a diagrammatic representation of, I guess, normal skin or healthy skin, dry skin, and how we can, I guess, with the use of skincare products such as creams and lotions, the native Australian range of course, how we can help overcome these issues that we may have. Right, this now leads us on to the native Australian product range. Now, one of the things when we develop any skincare product across the G&M range, one of the things we always do first and foremost is, one of the key functions, should I say, is moisturisation. Okay, that's one of the first things we built into all our cosmetic skincare. And also, how quickly it absorbs, so the absorption of the skincare into your skin so you don't get that overall tacky, oily feel. So, because of the limited time I have, I just want to talk quickly about the three native Australian actives that we use in our skincare. They're innovative, they're unique is because they are from Australia, and these are things like your Kakadu plums, your lime finger, and your Quandong fruits. Now these actives that we use are known as the fruit extracts. Yes, they've been used by the Aboriginals for centuries for medicinal uses or as food. One of the ones I'm going to focus on today, and the main one I focus on today, is Kakadu plum, because Kakadu plum is very well known as far as indigenous active is concerned. Now, why Kakadu plum? Kakadu plum has, as you can see there on the table, has a very high vitamin C content per 100 gram of fruit, compared to, say, orange, about 7 times greater. Now, why is vitamin C such a good active, you may ask? Well, that's because vitamin C, being an antioxidant, has these particular skincare benefits, such as collagen production, healing acne, increased skin barrier in terms of reducing dehydration and help prevent your skin from drying out. All those particular ones up there, and the last one there, last point there is reduction in hyperpigmentation. So vitamin C has a whitening or skin tone leveling property. So the next question you may ask is why are we using Kakadu plum and not just off-the-shelf vitamin C from the laboratory? And the reason is this particular this phytochemicals. In Kakadu plum, because phytochemicals is a biological active found in plants. So what we're trying to say is not only do you get your vitamin C's from your Kakadu plum, and it's being natural as opposed to synthetic that you can get from the lab, you also get these added benefits called the phytochemicals. And one particular class I've just listed up there is known as the phenolic antioxidant. Things like ellagic acid, helping the elasticity and suppleness of skin, and gallic acid, anti-inflammatory, antiviral, anti-fungal properties. So you get the benefits of being natural, but also the phytochemicals because it's from a plant-based nature. So you get more bang for your dollar. Just quickly also, I've also listed the different phytochemicals of the other two natives that we're currently using in our native Australian products. The lime finger and the quandong extracts. I won't read them out. They're there, and they do have skin beneficial effects, properties. So, this is just the range of our Australian native products. You'll see later on your skin complexes, your lotions, both our premium skincare advantages. You see on the banners, free from paraffin, no synthetic perfumes. We fragrance our products with essential oils or natural fragrances. And then the last one there are oils. These oils are unadulterated, meaning they haven't been tampered with. We just get them from our supplier and we just package them. So the odour there hasn't been, changed from as it's been extracted from the nuts, say for instance macadamia nuts or lavender, from the lavender tree. So these are pure as they come. I'll say thank you, and please enjoy the evening, and you'll have a look at our products because you'll find them wonderful for your skin. Thank you very much.
We're Aboriginals from different areas. Race people are from Mount Isa.